Hi, this is Lefty Dad, and I'll be doing a game today from Replay Baseball, the 1960s Diamond Decades disc, and the game will be the 1964 Chicago White Sox, Gary Peters starting against the 1969 Oakland A's with Catfish Hunter on the mound. I am going to turn down the sound because I forgot to do that. The sound is great in the game, but it would be too noisy. You wouldn't hear anything that the announcer or myself would say. So let's get going. I will control Oakland. There's Reggie, and so this game's supposed to, according to the schedule, is an April 14th, 1970 game. And here we go. Catfish Hunter is on the mound, 23 years old, 247 innings in 1969. And the Chicago White Sox came in second in 1964 with 98 wins. So Mike Hershberger is the first hitter. He's going to hit a tough ground ball to Dick Green, and we'll see if he can maybe leg it out. He does. His foot gets in there right before the ball arrives at first base. Okay, here's Don Buford. And I'm not controlling Chicago, so I don't know whether they'll try to bunt or not. We have a possible wild pitch, and Catfish, it's going to be a possible pass ball, and Phil Roof, anything that is possible for a pass ball will be a pass ball. So now Hershberger is down to second. Al Lopez was the manager for the White Sox that year. Now Buford will bunt him over, and he does successfully bunt him over. And I'm going to also change it so that I have to click it to make it go to the next action. Here's Floyd Robinson, not Frank Robinson. Floyd Robinson hit 301 in 1964, fly out to center, and that's not going to score Hershberger. He's not going to try to run against Rick Monday. Here's Ron Hansen. Ron, it's a fly ball to Monday. We'll see. He comes charging in, and he can't get to it. So Hansen gets the RBI, and Dave Nicholson is up, hit 204, left fielder. But this could be a base hit. We'll see. This is the ballpark effects, so to speak, for Oakland, and he does not get a hit. It's a ground ball, a dribbler right in front of the plate, and Phil Roof throws him out. Okay, now we go to the bottom of the first inning. Campaneris leads off, stole 62 bases in 1969. He gets a single, and he's going to try to steal. If he can get a good jump, he will steal. It's going to be hard because Peters is really tough at holding runners on, and he does not get a good jump. So now we've got Tartable up. Tartable grounds out to the pitcher, but that moves Campaneris over to second. Here's Reggie. Reggie made his major league debut in 1967, so it would be his third year. Let's see, he came up in May of 67. Okay, here is Reggie. Reggie had 47 home runs, but it's a lefty-lefty matchup, penalizing Jackson, and he could hit into a double play. It's a liner. Al Weiss, the second baseman, jumps, gets it, and flips it over to Hansen before Campaneris can get back to second, so he lines out into a double play. We go to the top of the second with Chicago up by 1 run. Tommy McGraw is up. Tommy going to get line drive base hit to center. He may go for 2, and he does not. Rick Monday is able to get it into second. soon enough. Here's Al Weiss, and we'll see if Lopez is going to play some small ball here. No, he flies out to center field. And now the catcher, Jim McNerney, is up, hit 215, and they called a hit and run, but we did a pitch out, so he's going to be caught stealing unless he can roll a 4, a 5, or a 6. He rolls a 5, so McGraw is in, and McNerney is up still, number 8 hitter. He's going to ground out to the second baseman. So go to the bottom of the second, and Gary Peters is up, left-handed hitter, left-handed thrower. He strikes out, and we've got Sal Bando, the cleanup hitter, hit 31 home runs. They won 88 games that year. He grounds out to the first baseman unassisted. Danny Cater is up, first baseman, and he is going to hit a tough grounder to Hansen, but Hansen handles it. He's really good defensively. The higher the number in the outfield, the better they are defensively, 1 through 5. The lower the number on the infield, except for the catcher, the better they are. So 1 is the best. They're all really good. McNerney is a 4. He's like the outfielder, so he's really good. Good defensive team. And Peters strikes out Monday. Here's so that's 3 outs. So we go to the bottom of the third, and Oakland is not quite as good as Chicago in terms of defense, but they're pretty good. They don't have a 1 on the infield, and Monday is he's average out there at center. Hirschberger ground out to the shortstop. Here's Buford. Buford scored, I think. He's the one who scored the run. You can look at the box score here. And Buford, well, no, it was Hirschberger who scored. Buford is up, and he singles to center field. Floyd Robinson is up. 1 out. Tough play for Tarnable. He's above average in left field in terms of his range, and he's able to dive and catch the ball. 2 down. Ron Hansen. Ron is going to fly out to right field. So it's go to the bottom of the third. Chicago leading 1-0. Here's Dick Green. Dick is going to triple, and so you can see here, Gary Peters was much better against left-handers than right-handers. It was to such a degree that you can see he's got a split card. So when he faces a left-hander, he uses these 3 areas, these top 3 rows that are kind of shaded, and then if he faces a right-hander like he did with Green, then he uses the bottom rows. So if he had been facing a left-handed hitter, instead of this 2, it would have been a 1. And that was the difference between a line out and a triple. So a lot of subtlety and a lot of accuracy in terms of how these players are carded with the righty-lefty matchups. Okay, Phil Roof is up. Got a runner on third for Oakland, nobody out. Roof is going to foul out to the second baseman. Gary Peters is tough, 20-8 in 1964 with a 2.50 ERA. Catfish is up now. See if Catfish can get this score tied. And he does. He bloops a little base hit right onto the outfield grass, and that ties it up. Bert Campaneris is up. He got that single, but then I think he got out in a double play while he was on second base, but he hits at the left, and it's possible that Hunter may go to third, but he doesn't. He's not very fast. Jose Tartable, lefty-lefty matchup, so we'll be using the top 3 rows on the pitcher card to determine the outcome. And he's going to foul out to third base, so there are two down, runners on first and second. Reggie is up. Reggie had some things to say at that memorial game they had last week about what it was like to play in Alabama when he was coming up. And he walks. Okay, here's Sal Bando. Hank Bauer was the coach for Oakland in 1969. Bando, tough play for Nicholson. He's a good outfielder. He's going to come charging hard. He dives. Will he get it? Yes, he does. So bases loaded, but Chicago's able to keep them from scoring any more runs. So, tie game, top of the fourth. Dave Nicholson is up. He strikes out. Here's Tommy McGraw, and he's going to fly out to center. Okay, Al Weiss is up, flew out to center last time, and now he's going to fly out to center a second time. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Danny Cater is up. Danny hits an infield single. First hit for him, and that's the fifth hit for Oakland. Possible wild pitch here. Gary Peters, well, it's going to be that pass ball situation again. All of the catchers on both teams, they're not very good at stopping pass balls. So Cater is in second now with no outs. Monday's up 2. He's rated a 2 at bunting. The lower the number, the better. 1 would be the best. We're going to see if we can bunt him over, because Peters is a good pitcher, and it's going to be hard to score. Now, there's the bunt to Peters. We'll see if he makes an error if they roll above 41, but they don't. Well, anyway, the sacrifice was successful. 1 out, runner on third. Dick Green up. He hit a triple last time. They walk him intentionally. Okay, smart play by the AI, which is excellent. And here, this is a direct port of the board game, the Replay Baseball board game. But if you want to replay a season, which is what I mainly do, playing every game manually against the AI, I can't. This is the best game there is to do that. It's so easy. All the stats. It's beautiful. Every player is available. It's never is there a glitch with the programming. So, okay, Phil Roof really connects. Most players would have hit a home run, but he only hit 2 in 1969. But it's enough to put Oakland ahead by a run. Catfish got a single the last time he was up, but this time he's going to hit into a double play. 4-6-3. But Oakland is up by a run. Chicago had 98 wins in 64. I think that was a couple more than, it was 10 more than Oakland. McNerney is up. He grounds out to the catcher. Gary Peters is up, and he hits a double. Wow. You can see here Peters has 13 more batters he can face because of this 13 in the green circle, or that little icon there. Here is Hirschberger, who has had a base hit. And this is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman that moves Peters over to third. We'll see if Buford can hit him in. And he's going to hit him in. Almost hit a home run. If it would have rolled a 6, it would have been a home run. But it's tied up again. And here's Floyd Robinson. He almost walked there. He's got 2 balls on him. But there's going to be a pop out to the second baseman. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Here, playing at Oakland Coliseum. Same place where they're playing today. And this is going to be a base hit. It's a lefty-righty matchup, which favors Campaneris because he's right-handed. And then they look at the lower column, and if he had been a left-handed hitter, it would have been out. You can see versus if Peters would have been a right-handed pitcher, you see it says versus right-handed pitcher line out, but because he was a right-handed hitter against left-handed pitcher, he gets the advantage. Okay, Campaneris is once again going to try to steal. It'll be hard. Almost got the jump, but he didn't. Tartable is up. Tartable doesn't seem to hit into a lot of double plays. Maybe we'll do a hit and run. And the hit and run, it's a fly out to center field. Okay, one down. Reggie is up. We'll see if Reggie can hit it out of here. No, he's gonna strike out. And now here's Bando. Bando, tough grounder to McGraw, but he's able to handle it. And it's still tied, top of the sixth. Hunter can face 6 more batters before we have to see if he can get a batter's faced boost. Ron Hansen flies out to center field. Dave Nicholson, he is 0 for 2. He's going to strike out. And for Catfish, that's his 3rd strikeout. He hasn't walked anybody. Going to be a deep fly to left. McGraw put it all the way to the warning track. Tartable catches up to it, though. Bottom of the 6th, and it's tied. Peters can face 9 more hitters. And Danny Cater lines out to the first baseman. Here's the lefty-lefty matchup, which really favors Peters. He's really tough on left-handers. And this is going to be a walk. Well, that was about the best thing that could have come out of that. That was the worst number that Peters had up there, you can see, in the 5 column. And now Monday's going to try to steal. This is going to be really tough. You can see all these red. Those are all caught steals. Oh, but it's possible he's going to balk, and he does. And the balks are rated by how many balks there were in the season, so they're not necessarily individually rated to the pitchers, but they are rated to whether balks were prevalent in the particular year. And there's a lot of, some years they are, some years they aren't. Dick Green is going to, I think, get a base hit, line drive to the gap in the outfield. Nicholson, really good, but he can't get there. Goes to the fence, so Dick Green has hit a double. And that puts Oakland ahead, 3-2. Phil Roof is up, and he's going to get a base hit to center field right over the bag at second. Green is going to round third and score. So Peters is in a little bit of trouble here. Catfish Hunter is up. We're going to try to have him bunt, but he's lousy. But otherwise, he just hits into double plays. And we'll see. It's going to be, now he's even worse at bunting. This lowers him to a 5, which is the worst you can get. But I think with that 2-run lead, we'll just let him hit away, and he hits a deep fly to right. He did have a home run, you can see there, in 1969. And now here's Campaneris. And he hits a short fly to center. Okay, now we can see here this 3 when we go out, now Hunter goes to the mound, he can face 3 more hitters, and then possibly he can go farther. We'll have to see. Al Weiss gets a tough grounder to Cater, but Cater handles it. Here's McNertney, the catcher, number 8 hitter for Chicago. Will they pinch hit for him? No. This could be a foul out. This is rated on the size of the ballpark and how many foul outs they had. So Oakland has a huge foul area, so more likely than not it's going to be a foul out to the third baseman, and it is. And here's Peters. What will they do with Peters? He can face 3 more hitters. They're going to leave him out there. And this is going to be a rare play. Looping drive to left field, roll 1 die against Tartable's defense. He's playing at home, so he gets 1 added to it. So that's the best rating you can get. They'll have to roll a 6 to get a hit, so they don't get a hit. And you can see here that Hunter he ran out of endurance numbers or batter face numbers. So they did a check here to see if he could get a boost, and you can see this 1 here. He had to roll the computer would roll internally a 6-sided die, So anything but a 1 would give him a boost so he could face more batters, but he didn't. He rolled a 1. So he can still go out there. You can see he's got this orange 7, but the minute he lets a runner on, he'll go to his B ratings. You can see the B ratings here for Peters. They're the worst numbers. Sometimes pitchers are so good that their B ratings aren't as bad as other pitchers' A ratings, but we'll see here. Okay, Peters could face 3 more before he gets a check on his batter's face, so he grounds out. He gets Tartable to ground out to the catcher. Here's Reggie. Reggie is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. This is going to be a strikeout. Tough to get a hit off of Peters, although Oakland has 9. Tough for a left-hander is what I meant. Bando is up. Bando is going to ground out to McGraw, and that will be unassisted. So Chicago is in the top of the 8th. Hunter, the least sign of trouble, he will come out. They're going to pinch hit now. Minnie Minoso, 38 years old, is going to pinch hit. He's going to pop out to the second baseman. Now we've got Buford up. They're going to pinch hit with Pete Ward. Pete is going to hit it out of here. Wow, he really got a hold of that one. He hit 23 home runs in 64. And that's going to do it for Catfish. And we are going to bring in Juan Pizarro. Juan Pizarro is 32 years old, just to be the setup man, and then we could bring Raleigh Fingers in to close out. So I think we'll have Pizarro is kind of wild. You can see he's got all these 5s. So, but he does match up lefty-lefty against Floyd, and he's going to strike him out. Okay, good. Okay, now I think I'm going to bring in Raleigh Fingers. I'm going to see Cater, the number 5 hitter, is going to be up, so I'm not going to worry too much about a double switch. So I bring in Fingers, Raleigh Fingers, 22 years old in 1969, and he's really a rookie because he was called up in September last year. So this is really his rookie season, and Raleigh is 6'4", from Steubenville, Ohio, and I don't think I've got anybody better at center field on Oakland, so I can't really do any defensive changes. 1-run game, Hanson's up against Raleigh Fingers, and that's going to be, I think, a strikeout. Yeah, that ends the inning. Okay, then Fingers will come back out. We've got some substitutions because of that pinch hitting. Peters is in the situation now where he can face 8 more hitters, but if anybody gets on, he's going to go to his B ratings. So he faces the right-hander Cater, a 1-run game, and Cater pops out to third. Now, if he would have been facing a left-handed hitter, that would have been a strikeout because there'd been a 1 up here. So been like 6, 2 to 6 is a strikeout, but this is a 8. So that's a pop out. Okay, Monday, now here's a lefty-lefty matchup. This will be a strikeout. See, exact thing I was talking about, except Monday is less likely to strike out. But if it would have been a 3, it would have been a pop out. I mean, if it had been a right-handed hitter, it would have been a pop out. Okay, Green is up. Green is going to strike out. Gary Peters finishes strong. It's the last chance for Chicago to do something. They're in the bottom half of their order. Right-hander Nicholson. We'll see what they do. They're going to pinch hit. Okay, Gene Stevens is going to hit. They get a lefty up there against, and that's going to be a strikeout. And here is Tommy McCraw. Pinch hit Ken Berry. And Ken walks. Okay, so now Fingers, we've got the infield set halfway for try to get the double play. Weiss is up. What will they do? He strikes out. So there are 2 outs. Raleigh Fingers has struck out 3 and walked 1. And McNerney is up. I have to think they're going to pinch hit unless they've used all their pinch hitters. Nope. Bill Skowron. Here's Bill Skowron, 33 years old. And it's the final out. Tough play for Green. It's going to be close at first, and he's out by a step. So there you have it. And guess I got to click on this. Okay, Catfish wins, Peters loses, Fingers gets the save. The most valuable player was Dick Green. Dick Green was 2 for 3. And Dick Green hit a double, he hit a triple, and he almost went for the cycle. So this is what the box score looks like. But anyway, if you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, but this is Lefty Dad, wishing you a great day, and thanks for watching.